A day at the office. Mark works in a small office in the center of the city. He is 27 years old. He works as an assistant in a marketing company. Mark likes his job because it is calm and organized. Every morning, he wakes up at 6:30. He gets dressed, eats breakfast, and leaves his apartment at 7:30. Mark takes the bus to work. The bus is usually full, but it is quiet in the morning. People look at their phones or listen to music. Mark looks out the window and thinks about his day. He arrives at the office at 8:20. He likes to arrive early. When Mark enters the office, he says hello to the receptionist. Her name is Laura. She always smiles and says good morning. Mark goes to his desk and turns on his computer. He puts his bag under the desk and sits down. The office is not very big. There are 10 people who work there. The desks are in the same room. The walls are white and there are plants near the windows. The office is clean and bright. At 8:30, Mark checks his emails. He reads messages from clients and from his boss. Some emails are easy. Some emails need careful answers. Mark writes slowly and checks his spelling. He wants to do a good job. At 9 o'clock, Mark's boss, Mr. Green, arrives. He greets everyone and goes to his office. A few minutes later, he calls for a short meeting. Everyone stands up and goes to the meeting room. In the meeting, Mr. Green talks about the plans for the week. He speaks slowly and clearly. He asks questions and people answer. Mark listens carefully and takes notes. He feels a little nervous, but he understands everything. After the meeting, Mark goes back to his desk. He starts working on a report. The report is about a new product. Mark looks at numbers and writes simple sentences. He works quietly and drinks some water. At 10:30, Mark takes a short break. He goes to the kitchen. The kitchen is small, but comfortable. He makes a cup of coffee and talks with his coworker Anna. Anna works in sales. She is friendly and likes to talk. They talk about the weather and their weekend. Mark feels relaxed. After the break, he goes back to work. He answers phone calls and writes more emails. Time passes quickly. At 12:30, it is lunchtime. Mark eats lunch with his coworkers in a small dining area. He has a sandwich and some fruit. They talk about movies and travel. Everyone laughs and enjoys the moment. After lunch, Mark feels a little tired. He drinks more water and stretches his arms. He opens his computer again and checks his tasks. He needs to finish the report before 4 o'clock. In the afternoon, Mark works on the report again. He reads it one more time. He corrects small mistakes. He feels happy because his work looks good. At 3 o'clock, Mr. Green comes to Mark's desk. He asks about the report. Mark explains his work. Mr. Green listens and nods. He says, "Good job, Mark." Mark smiles and feels proud. Later, Mark helps a coworker with a document. They work together and finish it quickly. Mark likes helping others. It makes the office feel friendly. At 5 o'clock, the workday ends. Mark saves his files and turns off his computer. He says goodbye to his coworkers. Everyone looks tired but satisfied. Mark leaves the office and goes back home by bus. The city is busy now. Cars and people fill the streets. Mark feels calm. He thinks about his day and feels happy. When he gets home, Mark changes his clothes and sits on the sofa. He feels tired, but content. It was a normal day at the office, but it was a good day. Mark knows that tomorrow will be similar, but he likes his routine. A simple day at work can be a good day.